It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
To be the man, you gotta be the man. Woo!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729280. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729280. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the world heavyweight champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us HEWWrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here.
The 845th edition of the program. I don't know if that's right or not, but I've done so many of them. Very pleased to welcome Spider Voodrow to the broadcast. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. You got a lot of stories from the years that you've worked on the independents, and a lot of the people that you work with are people I've had the privilege of actually interviewing. Tracy Smothers and New Jack are some of them. How did you first come across having the opportunity to work with New Jack? Was it something that just kind of happened for you? Were you in the right place at the right time, or?
Basically, right place at right time. It was a little state called XPW out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Yeah.
And he come down with a friend that was working there at the time. Her name was Star, and they knew each other from Georgia and some of the independent circuits, and we got hooked up that way, man, and worked a couple matches and been knowing him ever since.
Right, and you said to me here earlier before I put you on that you were kind of intimidated by having the opportunity to work with him. Actually getting in the ring with him was kind of an experience that kind of intimidated you. Now I can relate to that because I had the privilege of interviewing New Jack probably about 3 years ago, and just to sit behind a desk and talk to the man on the phone and pose different questions is an intimidating experience in its own right. How is it wrestling him? I know that I've never wrestled before in my life, and I don't plan on doing it, but I'd assume it's an entirely different experience and much more intimidating when you actually wrestle him.
Oh yeah, man, you hear, the stories, fuck you up, stab you, whatever, but, he just wants respect. You just give him the respect, man, and he's straight with you. And I got in the ring. I was jittery, I was jumpy, but he took care of me, man. He was professional.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second match we had, man, was about a month later after that, and it was smooth. And I've talked to him ever since, here and there, on Facebook, MySpace, and he's a great guy, man. He just loves the business, and he just earned everything that he has, He doesn't kiss no ass. He just earned everything he has. So.
He's one of those guys that just doesn't care what he's got to do as long as he sends you home talking about him.
That's right. And that's a good thing to be. So,
yeah.
It was just more workers out there that was like him, that stood up for what they believed. So,
Yeah, I actually have the phone number to a guy that he actually wrestled several years ago, and the guy almost died in the match with New Jack, and I'm debating whether or not to call Vic Ryans and talk to him about it because I don't know what kind of response I'd get, but I remember seeing that match on YouTube, and New Jack is one guy who really tends to get carried away.
Yeah, yeah, that must have been the scaffold match then, huh?
Yeah, that,
That's one of my favorite matches. Not that, disrespect to Vic, just it's New Jack, and I'm a worker, but I'm all about anything New Jack does.
yeah.
He's one of the reasons, like I said, I'm in this business. So he's the man to me. So
He's one crazy son of a bitch, I'll tell you that. So, getting into
hey,
getting
right.
getting into professional wrestling, was it something that you always wanted to do, or?
As a kid, yeah. I was more, I'm from up north, the Michigan area, so I was into the WWF back then, the Hulk Hogan, the entertainment looking wise of it.
Yeah.
But then as I moved to the South with my parents, that's when I became more of the hardcore, because the South had more of the bleeding and the hardcore, and then came along Cactus Jack, and then came along New Jack and Terry Funk, and that just turned me, man, where I wanted to just wrestle for the rest of my life.
Terry Funk is one guy who I think retired a little bit too late in his career. I had the chance to interview Terry Funk, and speaking to Terry Funk on the phone, it's almost like the guy is just completely worn out from everything that he's done, and he's kind of sick of the business and everything like that. In 1998, I think he made the decision to retire, and then he came back. He was kind of dragged back into it. I think that he's one of those guys that, went a little bit too long with it and tended to get a little bit too carried away, and I'm glad to know that he's kind of slowing down now,
Right. He's one guy I would like to meet, I would love that working or anything, just to meet him would be an honor. Like I said, growing up, and I actually had the chance to meet Cactus Jack back in Nashville, but I was just a mark, and I wasn't wrestling, and he was a real cool guy.
Yeah.
And, would love to work him, but,
Yeah,
things happen.
he actually commented on me. He mentioned me in one of his blogs, actually Mick Foley did several years ago. I was only ever mentioned once, but Mick Foley is a very, very polite man. I will tell you that, and I'll give him credit for probably being the most polite man and one of the most polite individuals that you could ever come across in professional wrestling.
Yes. When I met him, it was after the show. That was he had got thrown through some glass for The Rock, and he still took time and patience to even shake my hand, take a picture, and it was all good. And he was a real good guy.
Now, one of the questions I have here in the list is actually, I ask this question to everybody, it's kind of a generic question, but would you say that the matches with New Jack are your best matches that you've had, or is it another match
Yes,
that you would diss?
the matches with New Jack was like, it's like a small world, you hear people talking about it all the time, oh, you can do anything, and then you see these people on TV and everything, and then all of a sudden you're in the same dressing room, you're in the same ring as this person, and it's just, I could have retired that day, and then, but yeah, it's probably one of the best matches, and memorable matches as far as a big name, but as far as the indie, it was probably John Rare at the last Carnage Cup.
Okay, great. It's nice to know that some wrestlers still like the indies over, making it to WWE or TNA. In terms of making it to a big name company, you say you watch WWE on and off again. Most people do nowadays. Out of the three major promotions, Ring of Honor included, which promotion would you like to make it to eventually, and why?
Probably out of them three, more than anything, is Ring of Honor, because I just like what they run. They are fast-paced. They still, they ain't got that PG shit going on. And TNA, I would pick them second because they're half and half, old school, but yet they still go at it pretty good. But if anything, man, I would just wish the old CW was back. That's one place that I would love to work before I ever retired.
Yeah, and the thing about Ring of Honor is a lot of people believe that Ring of Honor are the highest level you can reach on the independents. Do you think that Ring of Honor is exceeded the level of just being an independent promotion? I know they have their name mentioned a lot on WWE TV, especially now with the CM Punk stuff we're seeing, the CM Punk straight edge, nothing but the truth type gimmick. They're having their name mentioned quite often. A number of the workers like Colt Cabana is too. What do you consider Ring of Honor? What level are they at now for you?
Um, as far as above anything, I would watch them over WWE or TNA, just like CZW. I know a lot of guys in CZW, and I wish them the best of luck. They're the hardest working guys in the business to me.
Yeah.
So,
DJ Hyde's he's in Germany now. DJ Hyde's in Germany. I was talking to him yesterday. I know DJ Hyde very well. He was here on HEW Entertainment probably a year ago, and I've interviewed a lot of people from CZW.